Hello friends, this is Jasu Bakuhatsu, and welcome to, Jasu Plays La-Mulana. This is a game that was released for PC back in 2005, and it was made by just 3 Japanese dudes over the course of 5 years or so, as a sort of a tribute to games for the MSX home computer, which was a gaming machine that was, I guess, popular in Japan back in the early 80s, and that's about the extent of my knowledge about that system. But apparently the guys who made this game loved it, and they sort of made this game as sort of a tribute to it. This is a free game. You can get it online for free, and it was originally released in Japanese, of course, but it was translated into English by Eon Genesis Translations. There's a link in the description down below to their site where you can download the game along with its English translation patch. So why am I playing this game? Well, I remember first hearing about it back in 2005, and I was really interested in it at the time, and I don't think that the translation patch had come out just yet, or maybe it could have. I don't think it would have made much difference. This is kind of a tough game. They have a little manual that comes with this, sort of explaining, I guess, the philosophy of the designers that they sort of had that went into this game. And a lot of what they talk about is that, yeah, they thought that games these days, or back in those, games back in the 2000s, and presumably nowadays as well, were too easy. So they wanted to make this as sort of a throwback to the old days of really difficult games. And one of the games that they listed as one of their influence was Tower of Druaga, which I've never played by myself personally, but I know it by reputation. So, yeah, if that's the kind of level of difficulty they were going for, I think I could be in for some trouble. And anyways, the point of me mentioning this is that I did have some trouble with this game back in the day. I couldn't figure it out whatsoever. Maybe there was a manual, I just didn't read it, but I couldn't figure this game out whatsoever. It's a little bit not obvious exactly how to play it, and the controls are... Well, I'll explain the controls when we actually start playing the game. So yeah, we're going to start a new game right here. This game is... I'm playing it with the keyboard. There are configuration settings. You can configure it to work with a gamepad, but this is actually one of the problems I have with controls. You press up to jump in this game, which is really bad for my controller that I have for 2D games right now, just because it's got the D-pad's kind of going on it, and it tends to press up a lot when I just want to go to the side, so that's kind of irritating. So I'm on the keyboard for this. You got your whip here on the space bar, and that's pretty much all there is to the controls in this game, and you can press down to interact with various objects, such as going indoors. Welcome, youngster. I'm just kidding, I'm not going to be reading all the text in this game. That would just be awful, wouldn't it? And there's going to be enough awful to go around, I'm sure, already going into this game. So I played a tiny little bit of this back in the day. I couldn't figure out how to get very far at all. This game is sort of all based around you're investigating this temple. La-Mulana, it is called. And I didn't even get that far. There's a few screens above in the overworld, and I couldn't even figure out how to get into the temple, just because I didn't know the controls or anything like that. So yeah, you talk to that old guy, and apparently he opens the entrance. I think that's probably what I was having trouble with back in the day. This is a blind play. Like I said, I haven't played more than a few screens of this before getting frustrated and quitting back in the old days, but I did read the manual for this game, so I am going into this with some idea of what I'm doing and what this game's kind of all about, and what I'm sort of in for as far as what I should expect. So yeah, we've got some shops here, it looks like. I can't afford anything yet, so I guess let's just go out and earn some money. I guess you could, from what I understand, this game is, I guess you could call it a sort of Metroidvania style, from what I understand. It's just a big open world. You just go around. You can go anywhere on the map. It's not divided into levels or anything. Your only restrictions are based on the items you collect. So it's, yeah, you go around collecting items, and those items give you presumably abilities to let you unlock different areas, or to traverse through different areas of the game world. And I've collected what appears to... Okay. That wasn't too bad. Almost had to call bullshit there. Oh. Man, killer knockback when you get hit by enemies in this game. I've played a little bit of this just as sort of a recording test, but yeah, I haven't actually played any farther than I have before, so this is about as far as I remember, and... Oh, that's right, that's a thing, so let's interact with things this time. Doesn't look like I can open that. Or try whipping it, moron. It worked on the other thing. Man, these things just... God damn it! Keep on falling. It looks like... Okay, I see. So probably we'll be leveling up our vitality over the course of the game. I assume that white tick is... Damn it. It takes a while for your whip to come out, so it's a bit tricky to hit things. I'm sure I'll get the hang of it eventually. Oh, and yeah, one other thing about this game that was one of the reasons why I couldn't figure it out at all the first time through is that there's actually some more controls other than just the up, down, left, right, space bar that I mentioned. For one, you have... they're on your F keys. F1 is just a pause, and he goes into a nice, cute little eating... Oh, and he goes to sleep, apparently, too. I haven't paused for this long before. Oh, that's so cute. He just eats, and then he's... Oh, that's just adorable. Maybe sometime I'll go and see if he does anything else in the pause animations. You press F2, you've got your item window, we've got weapons and sub-weapons, which are actually bound to the M key by default, which is not convenient. So I'm going to hit F5 to go into options, and change my key settings, up, down, left, right. Weapon and spacebar is good, and sub-key, I think I like Q, just because I've been playing way too much Dota. We've got some other settings. You can change the music device so that the music sounds a bit different. I believe FC88 just uses the general MIDI device that you have on your computer. This sounds just dreadful in my opinion, so I'm going to be sticking with the SSCC, which is the same regardless of what system you run on. And yeah, this is where I got stuck last time I played. And actually where I got stuck in my test recording, too. So, yeah, like I said, this is a Metroidvania, so let's try see if we can go to the left in any of these screens that we've seen already. Or actually, maybe I should just to give you a sense of what the designers were sort of talking about when they say in the manual that this is meant to be a hardcore, difficult game. So, sure, let's try the water. Oh, that's killing us. Okay. Let's go down the waterfall. Okay. No, we're dead. Can't go in the water, and you die. And since we didn't get a chance to save our game, that's it. We start over from the beginning. So that's the kind of hardcore attitude that you kind of have to have going into this game. Is, yeah, things will... If you just sort of jump into things without thinking too much about them, or just do things that might seem kind of stupidly dangerous, you're going to get punished for that. It's just going to kill you, and if you haven't saved recently, yeah, you're just going to have to repeat a bunch of stuff. So, well, yeah, good thing that I got the demonstration of that over with quickly. When we now early on, when we don't have too much content to replay, I'm certain that I will never die again from this point forward. Ha ha ha. And hey, the old guy was right. Always listen to your elders, kids. Or you know what? Yeah, so yeah, I mentioned you can go left, so let's go left. And there is left. Oh, I didn't actually try talking to these people before. It doesn't look like you can. It's so weird that you press down to go into doors. Just, I don't know, normally in video games it's... Ooh, 10! We can buy... Because, yeah, we had 10 last time, just from that one coin. So we can buy that, just if we find another coin somewhere. Which is it in... And here it is! Wow, that's so convenient. I mean, hardcore game. It's like 10 coin to buy your first item, and there's 10 coin right outside the shop. And I hope this is what I think it is, Game Master. It tells you in the manual... oh yeah, that's another thing that I didn't know about the first time I played this game is, so you've got basically F1 through F5 are your different sort of option menu inventory type screens, and F3 is your MSX. I guess apparently your dude in this game carries around an MSX, which is, it's not just a gaming machine apparently, it does computer things as well, and that's sort of what it's for. Your MSX item is in this game. You hit F3 and you put different slots into your MSX, which have different effects, and it tells you in the manual what some of them do. Apparently there are a lot of cartridges that you can collect throughout the game, and one of the ones that I remember at least is that if you equip it and go into the Elder, he asks you if you want to save. So that's the way you save it, and there's no way you'd probably ever figure that out if you just unless you read the manual, as it tells you in the manual that this first and F4 apparently loads up your MSX. I don't have the slightest idea what you can do here. I'm just like typing in stuff, pressing buttons, and just nothing happens. Maybe we can do something with that later if we plug in some cartridges. Okay, so we hit our sub-weapon button to unload our MSX and go in to talk to the Elder, and I believe he shouldn't give us the option to save anymore. Oh, and he has different things to say now as well. Should make preparations in town. Good advice. Preparations such as, yeah, grabbing that coin and getting your game master to let you save the game. Isn't this, like, yeah, they're talking about, like, how hardcore, I don't know that any game, or maybe that was a thing in, like, on MSX games, but I can't think of a game where you ever had to, like, buy the ability to save your game from the shop. And then the way that saving item works isn't even that intuitive. You have to equip it and then go talk to the old guy, and then that's the way that you save. It's just so weird. It's cool though. It's like the game designers want to punish you for just jumping into things without, like, taking the time to read the manual and actually figure out how to play the game, which is just so weird. You don't get that from games nowadays. Everything's got to be, you know, just even the simplest of people, the most uneducated simpleton must be able to play the game. Just, yeah, plug it in to the system and just play it, and it should just tell them how to do everything from the moment they start it up. And that's not what this game is all about. You've got to read to figure out how to work things, and then read to figure out sort of the philosophy behind the game, what you can expect to see, what sort of attitude you should have going into the game, the sort of caution that they expect, that the manual tries to instill in you, the idea that you can't just go around smacking every obstacle you see with your whip and expect things to go well for you. Can't expect to just jump into the river and survive that. Unless... Oh, damn! Okay. Do I need an item to... Okay, good, maybe... jumping... Okay, I'm assuming that sound means that I can't kill him just yet. So, okay. I'm getting better at the timing on these birds. I swear I'm getting better. Oh, okay, so the elephant in the room. This game... Oh, can I even kill that thing? Let's not even try. Actually, that thing is kicking my ass. Okay, we can kill it. Okay, so the elephant in the room that I haven't mentioned thus far is this game actually had a remake done for it that was released recently for the Wii, and is also available on PC as well via Good Old Games and Steam and probably some other stores. And I don't know if this got an Xbox Live release or not. But anyways, yeah, this game does have a remake with, like, sort of modern... Not quite modern graphics, kind of 16-bit style graphics. And from what I understand, it's a complete remake, so it's not... They didn't just update the graphics. From what I understand, the game systems... Actually, does this... Or no, this wasn't the dude we just talked to up there. Okay, so there's nothing to buy in here. We do have a map for 20 more, though. So that could be worth saving. That's probably going to be our next purchase. And yeah, apparently they changed other things for the game. The thing is... So, if you guys didn't watch my last vlog that I put onto the channel, this is sort of a new thing that I'm doing. It's not I'm not gonna call these like standard Let's Plays. This is Jasu Plays, which is different from, you know, your standard Let's Play in that it's, instead of me showing off a game that I'm knowledgeable about and kind of trying to share that knowledge and information with you, this is just gonna be, yeah, Jasu Plays are mostly gonna be blind plays, or just basically just kind of general, I feel like playing a video game, so let's talk while we're playing it, just because we want... but yeah, that's fine, of course. Yeah, let's just talk over video games because we want to put content on the channel and improve our sort of improvisational, impromptu speaking style. So that's what these sort of Jasu Plays are all about. It's not going to be as... I don't put as much effort into these as the Let's Plays that you'll be seeing in the future. It's just gonna be me playing a video game and talking about my experience as I play through it. And you know, if you're into that, I'm grateful for your viewership. If not, you can stick around for the Let's Play content, which will be more sort of me having a page of notes and sometimes reading from a script and, you know, basically just having a good idea of what I'm doing and being able to share information with you and putting some considerable thought into the things that I'm saying and that kind of thing. But that's not what this is about. I'm gonna be... Come on, dude, get out of the way! Like, seriously, if this... And so, and all of this is sort of a preface to the fact that, I can't promise you guys that I'm gonna finish this game. Like, this game looks interesting to me. I've wanted to play... I wouldn't say that I've wanted to play it for a long time. I played it, it looked really interesting to me back in the day. I played it for a little while and couldn't figure it out and just threw it away and forgot about it until recently when the remake came out. I think it's been at least a year or two since the remake, or probably even more than that, since the remake came out. Nope, dodge the birds, nice. But yeah, it's quite possible that I won't figure this game out, and that this will end up being a short series where I just, just fail and hate the game over the course of a few videos. But, you know, it'll be fun. It's the joy of discovery and all that good stuff. It'll be interesting to see. So where do we go from here? Or, you know what? Okay, so we came across what I assumed to be the entrance to the temple, and I messed around with that, I remember, back in the day, and couldn't figure it out. So I know the down button is the button to interact with things in the game world. So let's give that a shot. Oh, we have 20 though, so we can buy that thing that we saw in the shop. Maybe let's... Oops. So yeah, maybe that'll open up... Oh, and we're low on vitality too. And okay, from what I've read in the manual, or at least it made it seem in the manual like there actually isn't any easy way to just refill your life. Like, there's no inn or anything like that in town. You've got the experience bar below your vitality, and at least based on what the manual says, the only effect you get from that is it doesn't increase your life pool or your stats or anything like that, based on what it said in the manual. Basically, filling up your experience bar just refills your life, basically. You get a full refill of your life whenever your experience bar gets to full. So can we do... Okay, there it is. So that's another thing that you have. Apparently you have an infinite supply of weights in your inventory. I don't think the seashell had anything to do with that. Yeah, that's still in the inventory. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any way to figure out what these items do either. There's no way for me to, like, highlight it in my inventory. There was this over here also that looked kind of interesting. I'm gonna whip it just because, even though the manual told me not to, just to see if anything happens. I mean, how else are you gonna figure out whether or not whipping it is, you know, worthwhile? So do we go in the temple or do we go back to town? We've actually done a fair bit of stuff now. We've gone both ways. Like a bisexual. Sorry. Yeah, gone both ways, gone left, gone right on the sort of overworld here. So, just to make sure that we don't have to just so that we don't die horribly, as soon as we set foot in the temple, we'll save our game. And, whoops, actually, no, let's not save our game. Let's buy the thing, then save our game. And, what could this be? That's a hand scanner. That sounds interesting. So what's this be? It's sold out. It's not even going to tell it. It's not even going to tell me what it is. It's just going to tell me that it's sold out. Okay, whatever. So, okay, we have a hand scanner, and let's see, equip that. Okay, there we go. We've equipped an item. And press Q to use that, and apparently nothing happens. Okay, whatever. We have it at least. Maybe it'll do something if we... Oh, right, yeah, I remember reading about the hand scanner in the manual. Apparently that's sort of like your... I don't know, tricorder type thing. You just sort of hover it over an object, or you use it in front of an object of interest, and it'll sort of give you a description of that object if it can. Or at least that was my understanding based on the manual. Man, maybe I should have like just a printout of the manual like next to me, just so I can have a reminder of what all these items do. I couldn't find a way to run this game in windowed mode. Full screen appears to be the only way to go. So I can't just have like the manual open next to the game window and look at it that way. Sorry. Okay, so yeah, we're in the temple. This is as far as I've ever gotten in La-Mulana. So from now on, from this point forward, it's a true blind play.